Remember this guy? This is former Chief Justice David Maraga. Now seeing such guys returns hope to my heart that we still have Kenyans who have character. We still have Kenyans who will do the right thing. Of course, Chief Justice David Maraga has booked his name in the annals of history as the Chief Justice who overturned a presidential election result. We all remember that from 2017, when the victory announced by the IEBC and Wafula Chebukati in 2017, announcing Uhuru as the winner, was overturned by the Supreme Court, led by this man. And the truth has come out very clearly, because mostly the same bench, it was the same judges more or less, with very few exceptions, did what they did in 2022. They okayed something that was not even an election. Let me just leave it at that. Anyway, my point in bringing up Bwana Maraga is that he was appointed to head a national task force on police reforms. And on November 16th, just a few days ago, in his capacity as chairman of this national task force, he handed over a report to Ruto at State House. Now this morning, some of the contents of that report have been made public. Now, why should this interest me and you? Well, the police, the police, hey, you know, we have very serious problems in Kenya. But the issue here is that most of us don't even understand the problem. How do you sort out a problem when you don't even understand it? And I'm going to make a statement that will shock most of you. There is absolutely nothing wrong with our police officers. There's nothing wrong. Our police officers are okay. So where's the problem? The problem is with something known as chain of command. Now, I've been talking about this on this channel endlessly, but most of us still don't get it. You see, the way the police operate is not the same way you operate in your office. Yeah, you've got your desk, you make your own decisions. Yes, you have a boss you report to, but there's some decisions you make. No! The police do not operate like that. A policeman does not move an inch without something called an order from above. Now I can hear somebody asking me, Chris, what about this kitu kidogo the police ask on the road over minor traffic offenses? Do they take orders for that? Good question. And I'll answer it in the following way. An investigation of M-Pesa records of police officers not too long ago revealed a very clear pattern that went as follows. Junior officers M-Pesa'd money to their seniors, and then those senior officers M-Pesa'd money to their more senior officers, and it went up the chain of command right up to the top most. Okay, that information is in the public domain. Now what does it tell us? It tells us that the 100 shillings you give to the traffic cop, to let you off, part of that money ends up at the highest hierarchy of the police. I trust I have answered your question. And I trust that I've answered it conclusively. So what do I mean when I say that all junior police officers are okay? The people we're condemning, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. What do I mean when I say that they're okay And yet I've just given you evidence of corruption. Give me time. I will explain fully. It is interesting that the headline in one of the local dailies this morning is asking the question, another police vetting? You know, police vetting really excites people. It is drama. Because any public lynching since the beginning of time has excited people. Because this is really public lynching. You say, that's good. These police are too brutal. Ndio. This vetting is good. Ask those difficult questions, etc., etc. But that will not solve the problem. That is not where the problem is. And on my show today, I fully reveal where the real problem is. Okay? Big hint, State House Nairobi. Okay? Nitafafanua. I'll elaborate on that fully and give you details that will prove that what is happening here with the National Task Force on the police reforms is just diversionary tactics, entertainment, kupatia wakubwa kazi, but it is not touching on the root cause of the problem. But very quickly before we proceed, please allow me to acknowledge our sponsors for today. Okay? And this is Dines Rosenta, a very interesting product. Because one of the things it does is to deal with aging, especially premature aging. It reverses aging. Okay? It also strengthens the immune system. I am very sure people my age and older would be very interested in this particular product. But of course younger Kenyans will have no idea what the excitement is all about. The other sponsor for today is Kilimani Commercial Property on sale. And this is 1 acre of commercial land at Riara Gardens off Riara Road. Those who know that area of Nairobi very well will know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is a freehold title. At the moment it is accommodating corporate offices. But it is available on sale for redevelopment. You can put up high-rise buildings. You can do plenty on this 1 acre, situated at a place in Nairobi that is considered up there in terms of value of land, value of property. Definitely an investment for those able to make it. Definitely an investment for those who are in these high leagues that you will never regret. The current market value for that 1 acre is 300 million. Okay, but this commercial property on sale is available for only 200 million. Okay, if you're interested, there's a telephone number on your screens right now. Have I vetted this particular person you'll deal with? Yes, I have. Not only that, I have known them for a long time as a person of character. Indeed, going forward, we will always vet our sponsors for character, consistent with what we stand for on this channel. Right, let's get on with these red hot police maandamanos. Now, I believe the first question we should ask is the following. Is Chris Kumekucha qualified to make such controversial statements on the police? Yes, he's a journalist. Yes, he does his research. But is he really qualified? Is there something beyond his journalistic skills for him to make such crazy statements about police and police reforms? Let me tell you a story. I was born in the home of a senior police officer. I grew up around police officers. I was able to see how they behave in their spare time. I was able to understand what their concerns are. I was able to see firsthand what excited them and what they were really terrified of. And I was able to clearly understand what something called chain of command means. Let me give you a quick illustration of this so that we understand. A few years back, actually it was around the 2017 period, a cop around the Isili area who was very well known for extrajudicial killings of criminals was captured in a viral video actually executing a criminal. In other words, he was captured red-handed, doing what people had always been accusing him of. And there was video evidence in this viral video. But there was a detail in that video that many people missed. Okay? The policeman akishika bunduki na hii mkono ingine, nini alikuwa ameshika na ile mkono ingine? He was on phone. And in case you didn't know, he was taking orders on phone. He was confirming his orders to do what he was about to do on phone. And those who could read lips, if you couldn't hear what he was saying, should have been able to distinctly see that one of his last words on the phone before he hung up was "Ndio afande." Yes, sir. And so, logically speaking, what are you going to gain when you lynch junior police officers in front of Kenyans so that they feel happy? How are you going to solve the problem without addressing those people in the chain of command? How will that help? Actually, let's cut to the chase. The problem is not even the police force. The problem is, wait for this one, in State House. And I know this for a fact because my late political lecturer, who was a senior police officer, ran into this problem a long time ago, and was forced out of the police force because of this very problem. You see, the issue here is that the police do not actually serve the people. The police are there to retain the current regime, protect the current regime that is in power. Period. The people come a very distant second. It is not utumishi kwa wote. It is not utumishi kwa wananchi. It is utumishi kwa State House. That is what it really is. And when you understand that, you'll understand how futile it is to have a so-called effort at police reforms. Now I can hear somebody telling me, Chris, you don't know what you're talking about. Because Azimio said that individual police officers were being held personally responsible for their actions. And some of them, their cases are at The Hague, the International Criminal Courts, The Hague. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I'm aware of that. But put yourself in the shoes of a police officer. Okay? You're given an order that you know is against the law, because the police know the law very well. It is part of their training. So you're given an order that is against the law. Break up maandamano na uwe watu wawili watatu ndo watu waogope. Okay? You know that is against the law. But you have the order. So, put yourself in their shoes. What do? If you fail to obey that order, very many bad things will happen to you, even before you're fired. Number one, you could get transferred to the remotest parts of the country as a punishment. Northeastern province, Kapenguria. By the way, this happened to my late political lecturer, shortly before he left the police force. Punishment for failing to follow orders, and it doesn't matter if those orders were illegal, against the law of the land, that you as a police officer have sworn to uphold. Okay? Another thing that can happen to you, even before you're fired, is that you can lose your life. Oh yes. I have told you many stories on this channel of how my political lecturer at one point feared so much for his life that he carried a huge gun in his car, even as he took me to school. Something I had never seen before that. And of course, as a kid, I was very excited about, without understanding what was going on. Hey, I think it's good to be a kid. Anyway, that is one of the things that can happen to you. Why? It is for the very simple reason that because you did not follow those orders, you are actually a loose end. You can turn into a whistleblower and get your boss into trouble, and his boss into trouble. You are actually evidence that an order was issued that is against the law. Yeah? And it is possible that somebody somewhere may decide to end your life so as to clean up that loose end. That's how serious it is. And so I believe you can now start to understand why the public lynching of vetting the police is of no consequence, will not help anybody. Indeed, all it will do is to lynch police officers. But Kenyans, long-suffering Kenyans, the public, will not get any results from it all, apart from the entertainment value. Period. The only way to fix this problem, police brutality, etc., is to fix the manners of the executive. Yes, you heard me right. Kufix tabia mbaya of the executive. And of course, we know this problem of the police did not start with the UDA government. We know that even the previous holder of that office, a man Kenyans love these days, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, former president, had the same problem. Although in his second term, he tried to reverse and fix a lot of things. And of course, one of his moves was to modernize and change a lot of things at the DCI, Directorate of Criminal Investigations, where he appointed a total professional, very dedicated man called George Kinoti. Yeah, but you know how that ended. You know the story there as soon as this regime came into power. Okay? But that is really the long and short of this very sad story of the police. Because if you did not know, there are maandamanos coming, and they're very close. And this new maandamanos coming, you can call it maandamanos season 3, if you like, is going to be crazy. Maandamanos season 3, wachana nae. Because unlike the earlier seasons of maandamano, yeah, where some people were okay, in fact some people are saying Raila is messing up with our business, because when maandamanos are held, we're not able to do business. Unlike that time and the sentiments expressed there, the new maandamano that is coming has the support of everybody. Yeah, because those businesses that were being protected are no longer in existence. I'm not joking. And if they're still opening, hey, they're surviving. They're just surviving. They're struggling. They're not doing well. Therefore, this maandamano coming, and I have reason to believe it is not even Raila will call for it. There is the huge danger that the long-suffering people of Kenya will say, Raila, just get out of the way, you're wasting time. And they do the maandamanos without Azimio, which could be tragic. And then the influential middle class, for the first time, will also be in the mix. Hey, I'm telling you, I know younger people will feel excited, but us older people who have seen it all will know that this is danger. Danger, danger, danger. You know, a lot of us get it wrong. Yeah? Governments are not removed by courageous populations. No. It is not courageous populations that removed al-Bashir in Sudan, a very powerful military president. No, it's not brave people. So who is it? It is very cowardly citizens. Yeah, people in the land who are the worst cowards. They're so scared that they're scared all the time, and they're even scared of their shadows. These are the people who remove governments. And they remove them when they reach the end of themselves. Yani, they're pushed into a corner. They can't move any further. And yes, they're cowards. But now everything changes. And they don't care. And they bring change to a country. That is really what it is. And the maandamanos coming will be impossible for even the police to stop. Even police brutality will not be able to stop it. And this thing is very easy to see, because we have a president and a government that continues to tax Kenyans. Yeah, they continue to look for every small thing to tax Kenyans. Kenyans already hurting, Kenyans already suffering. The executive doesn't care. It is moving very fast to tax as much as possible. Now, just using logic, what do you expect the reaction of the people is going to be? Tell me. Do you expect that people will continue to sit and wait to be taxed further? You tell me. For now, please allow me to give you a very important heads up. At least this information will prove to be valuable to some of us on this channel. Now, we all know that times are very hard. Yeah, and people in business, people want to promote their businesses, are having a very difficult time reaching their potential clients. And you know, this is critical for any business to survive during these hard times. Somehow you have to get business. Now I have the greatest news. This channel reaches a very unique audience. Kenyans in the diaspora, older Kenyans. You know, the channels reach a lot of young people. Yeah, and unfortunately, most young people don't have much purchasing power. But the purchasing power in the views on this channel are huge. And we have proved that. Somebody advertised some land the other day in Naivasha. Within hours of that video going up, it was sold. And we're talking about a double-digit million. And therefore, if you have a product or service that you need to promote, I think you should seriously consider sponsoring a Kumekucha video. Yeah, that means that you get a mention in one of my videos and a lot more to let others know what you're doing. And I'm sure a lot of your potential clients always tune in very regularly to this channel. And therefore, it is a fabulous, amazing opportunity for you to reach your audience very cheaply and very effectively. Kindly check in the description area of this video for more details. And then you can also send me an email on that email address you see on your screens right now, or even call directly on that number for more information, because we can't do this for everybody. And we do not produce that many videos. Yeah, therefore I suggest that you take action immediately so that you don't lose this golden opportunity. Now, I've just released weekly intelligence briefings number 115. 116 will be out in the next few hours. Yeah, and there's a very good opportunity of getting hold of my weekly intelligence briefings by taking full advantage of our latest offer on that book, audiobook, The Hurtle Kenyans Will Never Know. There is a unique opportunity over the next 24 hours to do so. If you feel that you need this very important content and your budget doesn't quite cut it to enable you to get your hands on it, For the next 24 hours, you can name your prize. Lakini usinifinye sana. And for that reason, the limit will be 50. Yeah, the first 50 to send me an email. On that email address you see on your screens right now, youmissthis@gmail.com, naming your prize. And then guess what? I will also throw in another valuable Kumekucha book. You can choose for yourself, or you can allow me to choose for you. The most liked of my other ebooks, of course, is Dark Secrets of the Kenyan Presidency, How Mutula Kilonzo Sr. was murdered. Yeah. And then there's another one called The President's Lovers. Now that last one of you took it in recently, and they were delighted, very excited about it. And yes, it talks about a Kenyan president. And so, you have this very exciting opportunity. Please take full advantage of it. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.